Good morning. Here we have in our upcoming auction Fine Chinese Art on April 10 and 11, 2025. We are looking at lot number 14, which is a quite rare bronze figure of a meditating CHITIPATI. And the interesting thing is nice little fellow here who holds the rosary. So obviously in a meditating position. It was quite a famous and popular cast, probably from the 18th or 19th century, not later. It's been recast many times over, of course not in the same quality. This one, that's quite interesting, was at some point in its history probably completely gilt, with a fine lacquer gilding. You can still see the remnants in these areas here and also around the head here and here, but it's almost completely worn off, which means that this piece has had quite some handling. I still think it's not earlier than 18th or 19th century, as we dated it in the catalog, and that is because the CHITIPATI general became very popular in that period and not before. It's a little bit something like the Memento Mori, and you find these death festivals all over the world and celebration of death and remembering the ones that have passed away. And that is deeply connected to these traditions. It's a pretty heavy cast and with some typical casting flaws, as we find him on these pieces, and lots of wear and a few dents, etc. But overall very attractive. And as I said, also with a nice shining from handling. There is very few of these pieces on the market. There was a silver-plated bronze figure, also from the 19th, of course, also Tibetan, at Bonham's, at Christie's, which sold for $47,000 in 2011. So that's quite an amount, but that one was silvered. This one was probably gilt, but as I said, the gold has gone away over time. Interesting is that this comes from a good collector of mostly Tibetan works of art, a lot of repoussé, a lot of nice statues, was mostly purchased from Galerie Slim Bouchoucha or Bouchoucha in Paris, in the Louvre des Antiquaires, who was noted for his knowledge of Tibetan and Buddhist art. So that's where it originally came from. So it has already some history. And yes, it will be up for auction on April 10 at an estimate of 2,000 to 4,000 euro, which I think, especially given the result at Christie's, is quite reasonable. And if you want it, good luck in bidding.